Health Journal, bringing you the latest information on medicine, psychology, diagnosis, treatment, and prevention. Major medical advances are made each week, and each week the American Health Journal keeps you up to date.
Hello and welcome to the special edition of the American Health Journal. I'm your host, Roger Cooper. We devote our entire program this time to something you can't live without: water. You probably think you pretty much know what there is to know about good old H2O, but stay tuned. You may be surprised at the many new ways that water is being put to use. Take everyday tap water and apply an electrical charge, and water takes on some entirely new properties. We'll look at ionizer machines that some people are turning to as their main source for drinking water. We'll take you to the Andes Mountains of southern Ecuador to find the source of natural water that's said to have special qualities, a place where many live to be 100. We'll see how everyday water is now being used to replace harsh chemicals to scrub the hallways at schools, malls, and major corporations. And could the ionized water in this battery-powered spray bottle soon replace all those cleansers under your kitchen sink? All of this next on this special water edition of the American Health Journal. Although it's been used in Asia for more than 30 years, we're just beginning to hear about applications for ionized water in this country. So what is this altered form of water? We get an explanation from Jay Hare, an executive with IonWays, a company that makes ionizers for home use.
I grew up thinking water was water, and I've always been a big water drinker, and we're really creating a new paradigm for water. You know, you tell people we can produce a water that sterilizes. How is that? How can you create that? We alter the water primarily in two ways at a fundamental scientific level, and those are both measurable. We alter the pH, we raise or lower that, and we can raise or lower the electrical properties in the water. And that creates a very powerful change in the water that we can demonstrate in a variety of ways. It's a tough thing to do, to tell people that you can kill a virus or a bacteria with just plain water. It's equally mind-bending to tell somebody that you can replace chemical surfactants and detergents. You can wash your clothes in just plain high alkaline water, no chemicals. It's in the water, and then through that process, the water takes on these different properties that we can measure, the altered pH and the different electrical properties. The possibility of what this water can be used for in all its different forms in the home.
And says there is growing interest in ionized water in the alternative medical community.
There's some fundamental properties that the alternative community is looking at with this altered water. It provides a rich beneficial source of alkalizing minerals is one, through the increased pH and condensing the alkaline minerals. It provides a very strong measurable antioxidant potential. It helps increase hydration through the microclustering effect, and it helps, the increased hydration actually helps detoxify the cells at a cellular level from metabolic waste much more effectively.
When we come back, what is it about the water in this remote region of Ecuador, where many live to be 100? And a little later, the Minnesota company that's using electrically charged water to clean floors without chemicals. Stay with us.
You're watching the award-winning American Health Journal.
Is there something special about the water in South Ecuador? Jay Hare went on a journey to find out.
There are cultures around the world that have been studied because of their particular specific absence of chronic degenerative diseases and their propensity to live longer, healthier, more vital lives. Some of those communities would be the Hunzas in Pakistan, the Vilcabambans in Ecuador, the Georgians up in the former Soviet Union. And when WHO funded some research around that, what they determined was that one of the consistent influences in those cultures was the fact that they had all been drinking higher pH alkaline waters. Because of the...
Luisa Medina, 105 years old. and she's very healthy. She has never been to the hospital.
What we learned down there was kind of surprising. So great, why can't we just bottle it and take it to the rest of the world? Well, there are a couple of reasons. Some of those properties are not stable in the water, particularly the electrical.
With a home machine that attaches to the kitchen faucet, it's possible to make ionized water your source of drinking water. Jay Hare has used one for 5 years now.
Well, I'm an athlete, and hydration's always been important to me. I think as an athlete, you're always looking for ways to increase your performance, and I've tried everything. And the water was one of the few things that actually delivered an immediate and noticeable impact in my body. Because of the alkalizing effect, a base will neutralize an acid. When we exercise, we produce lactic acid. So my muscle soreness decreased markedly. My level of hydration increased at the same time, so that for the first time in 15 years, I wasn't constantly thirsty. And I think overall my recovery time and vis-a-vis my performance improved, which, you know, probably in the order of 30 to 50%, somewhere in that neighborhood. It's hard to quantify exactly, but as an athlete, that's incredibly significant.
Canadian Ross Anderson shares that passion for ionized alkaline water. He's been drinking it since the mid-90s.
Quite immediately upon getting an ionizer, I noticed a dramatic shift in my hydration levels, my health levels, my energy, my stamina, clarity of mind. A number of things improved dramatically.
Well, having been around the industry for 5 years and speaking to literally thousands of people who have drank the water, there's no question in my mind it produces results in the human body, no question. And there's absolutely a tendency for people in that type of an environment with that type of product that produces very predictable and consistent results to overhype, as well as there's, you know, as there is in anything, there's skeptics out in the marketplace who want to debunk anything that's new and unproven, you know, through the typical double-blind trials. And so, you know, we just say real simply, drink the water and let your body be the judge.
My vision for the future of alkaline ionized water is that eventually it becomes about as common as a toaster. And I don't know very many people who don't have one of those. I think that ultimately the long-term health benefits for our population could be extremely profound, simply by changing that wonderful thing that we all know is so important to us, that is the basis of life, and that is the water that we consume. And this water is a profound shift.
What we're seeing, the forward-thinking and more alternative-minded MDs and practitioners and naturopaths are starting to really take a hard look at this, because it's being brought into the healing community by a grassroots movement of people who are drinking the water and getting results.
I take an interesting lesson from my father. My father is presently 92 years of age, and I think that's a pretty good ripe old age. And one of my father's lessons to me when I was a little kid was to drink a big glass of water first thing every morning. But I find drinking the alkaline water is significantly different in what it does to getting my day started.
You know, we're not here to dispense medical advice or make claims. If you're sick, see your doctor, and if you think the water will help, give it a try, and I'm pretty confident you'll know the results.
3200